Hello again, welcome back everybody to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your World 2 IC, and we're going to keep this short. Why? Because it is none other than the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day to everyone. Now, real quick before we get into this really short video, I do want to remind you that last night we did our live stream preview for our Caleb House auction. Now, if you missed it, please go back and watch it. I will try and put a little card or something up here so that way you can just click on it at the end of this video and go back and look at all the stuff. We have some really great items that was donated, and it is way too many to go through and start showing off these items. I will be over the next couple of days putting out really good pictures and different things, so you can keep a lookout on any of them items. The auction is July 10th, and it is right here on this channel, and it will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so adjust accordingly for your time zone, where every single penny not only goes straight to Caleb House, but there is a private donor that is going to match dollar for dollar for everything that we raise. So that out of the way, let's get straight into this one. So, one, it is 4th of July, and that goes into a little bit of a history lesson, and we won't dive in deep to that one, but it's kind of the day that will go down in history as the birth of the nation. That is where we became who we are. And with everything going on, whether it's high prices, whispers and rumors of war, unrest, all sorts of different things going on, power outages, weather related. There's just an endless list, right? And so there's more and more people that is starting to come to a realization that something's not right and I need to do something about it. And that's where people like myself and many others, we tried to get on here and just bring you some advice, show you a little bit, talk, get things rolling, so that way it'll help you along your path and your journey as you join into the preparedness community. Now, if you're already a member, hey, you know what this is all about, right? And again, people like myself and many others, there's a ton of great channels out there that we like to promote that all they're trying to do is they're trying to help you. And so use that. Reach out to any of the channels, reach out to the people that you see normally on them channels in the chats and different things, and ask for help, ask for advice. Just make a connection. You can have an online group, mag, tribe, whatever. You don't have to meet somebody in real life in order to be able to utilize that resource. There's a ton of people all over the place that are just an absolute wealth of knowledge, and you do yourself a disservice by not taking that to the fullest extent and just taking advantage of it. They are there, they're willing to help. Ask, okay? Really, as long as you are sincere, there is no such thing as a dumb question. And really, and I know I'll get it in the comments, in my opinion, the dumbest question is the one that you don't ask, because you're hurting yourself, okay? Anybody that is actually there to help you, they will sit there and answer whatever question you have, again, as long as you're sincere. Okay, if you really want to know, there's a ton of people that will help you. And that brings it into what we're going to talk about here today. When it comes down to the birth of the nation, none of us were alive back then when everything was going on, right? And so you kind of have to go by stories and history books and things as they get passed along from generation to generation. And so, things can get misconstrued, and the way that we got told and the way that we perceive it might not be as close of what actually happened. And I'm not saying that I 100% know, uh, but you had something go on and it made people unhappy. And there's a red line in the sand. Once that red line gets crossed, people will unite. And once you have a united people, they become an unstoppable force. Okay. Just look all throughout history, all the greatest dynasties, all the greatest kingdoms, and every other thing. Once you had it to where you had enough people unite, that empire fell. It happens. There is no empire from day one to today. Every top civilization falls. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen. Okay. And especially look at it in kind of a competition sort of a thing. When you're top dog, that means whether there's 5 or 500, everybody's looking at number one and they're coming for that spot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're 500, they're coming for that spot. And so when you're number one, every person down through here, you either make enemies or you make allies. And right now, it kind of looks like the U.S. is making a lot more enemies than allies. That's a whole different show. So, what I want to do on this one is the most dangerous thing on this planet is a united patriot. Somebody that is for their country. Their country should be first. It doesn't matter if you're from Canada or you're from Australia or England or wherever. You should have a patriot feel for your country. You should want to be patriotic and represent your country. And so your country should be first. And you can get a lot of the places, especially the ones that a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth over, if those people would just go, you know what, this place really is just flat out ugly or whatever. If you had enough people unite together, they can change that. Okay. Think about anything, put whatever analogy you want in there, whether it's at work or a different group or school, a PTA meeting or anything along those lines. When you get enough people together, change happens. Now, it also goes in the other way. The more that people do not unite to go forward with that change, the people in power will put change in for you, and they will continue down that road until somebody says, "All right, that's enough." We'll see what comes of that. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of whispers about a few months away when there's uh, a little check mark on a piece of paper, so to speak, and we'll see what that brings. It could bring anything from absolutely nothing to outright the end of the world as we know it, devastation, right? So we'll have to wait and see. The big thing is right now, declare your independence from the system. Get off the system as much as possible, whether that is bad weather and you're dependent on the power grid. Figure out a way to at least lessen your dependence on the power grid. Can you keep your food cold? Can you keep warm? All those factors. Anything else? The banking system, we're going to have a financial collapse. What do you have in place in order to lessen your dependence on the banking systems? Same thing with food or water. If you're dependent on the grocery store or the local municipality for your water source, if something is disrupted, lessen your dependence from that system. Doesn't have to be complete. I know it takes a little while. Most of us aren't rich. We can't just go out and spend a bunch of money and just, within a week suddenly have enough solar to run our entire house. I get it. But what can you do today? What small attainable goal can you set for yourself that in a day, in a week, in a month, you're that much more off the system and you build and you build and you build that 6 months for a year from now? Bear with me. Hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll have 6 months to a year. But let's just pretend 6 months to a year from now, you went from here to here to here, and then now all of a sudden you're this much off the system. It works. Just keep trying. One foot in front of the other, little by little, chip away at it. You will go so far if you just give yourself a little bit of discipline. Force yourself to do it. $5, 5 minutes, whatever. Pick something, go for it. And you'll be surprised. You'll be amazed on how much you can declare your independence from the system. So, I wanted to keep it short. This is about as short as usually one of my videos go, right? So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you have a blessed day. Don't drink and drive when you're out. If you go anywhere, please be safe. They do this every year about watch your surroundings. There's all these rumors about being a soft target at a major event. Don't live in fear. But if you do go out, make sure you have a head on a swivel. Make sure that you are well aware. Keep you and your loved ones, whoever you were going out with, make sure you're safe. If something feels wrong, you need to get out of there. Do not put yourself into harm's way. Don't live in fear, but don't be where the problem is. Okay. So with that, make sure you come tomorrow. Everybody has 10 fingers. Uh, we don't want to see any accidents. We don't want to see anything needlessly happen to anybody. So make sure that you celebrate however you're going to celebrate. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a blessed day. Stay tuned because there's definitely more information to come. And with that, I want to remind you to remember to remain united because we're all prepping in this together.